Good evening, everyone. I'm laughing because I was sitting down after dinner, chilling, preparing myself to edit this video, and I didn't have it. I had nothing on my card except the few clips you just saw. And this afternoon I came outside to film this garden tour, and I actually had to start 4 times because for some reason it would not record. So I don't know why. I think it was so bright that I just couldn't see on my little screen the red dot properly. So welcome to this first garden tour of 2023. I was watching a few of them this week, and kind of depressed me just a little bit. Gave me hope, but also depressed me. I figured, why would I not film mine? Well, because I'm 4 feet deep into snow, and as I'm talking right now, just snow is starting to fall again. So we are April 6th, and I figured I wanted to do a garden tour sort of as a joke, since we're so far to being able to do garden tours. But I figured that maybe if I do this today, in a few weeks, maybe even a few days, I'm going to be able to look back and to see the progress we've made with that snow melting. And I also wanted to talk to you about my future coop. So we're gonna start with this greenhouse, since I'm right next to it. I have this hole that I dug last week. We had a beautiful day, we were playing outside, and I decided that it was time to gain access to my greenhouse. And I did not I dug down to the ground, but there is this slight ice, thick ice, I don't know, there's some ice preventing me to open the door, and the dog was stealing the kids' beanies and mittens, and it was just complete chaos. So it was time to get inside. I'm gonna turn you guys around and we're gonna have a peek inside the greenhouse. This total disaster. And this is when I just go 2 feet down. I don't have any suit or whatever, so I'm gonna freeze myself, but oh well. So we can see inside the greenhouse that I did not do much in there. It seems worse than it is because of these tall plants, dead plants. But I figured that in spring I would have more motivation and time to do it than in the fall, since I focused on expanding my garden. But there are a few things that I did not take into account. One of them being that my shovels are in there, my metal shovels. So the best shovels I could use to break that ice are in there, and this right here, so close yet so far. All these are inside. I have 2 of them inside the house. One is broken. I'm almost like sitting right in the snow. It's so cold. It was a warm day. It was a warm day today. I almost came outside without my winter coat, and I thought, no, because in April we have that saying that goes, "En avril ne te découvre pas d'un fil," which basically means, oh man. I think we're gonna do this tour another day. Look at that snow. Yeah, I wanted to come outside without a coat this afternoon. Let me get out of this. We're gonna go into the garage and we're gonna change the subject. So my cat died this winter, and oh man, it was so sad. I mean, I'm going to do this long story short. I had a cat that I found next to some garbage bins when I was living in Montreal. She was abandoned. She was a tiny, teeny cat. She had some urinary tract issues. She was full of lice, and we were students back then. But I brought her home, and we went to the vet, and she cost us like a huge amount of money over the years, and she always had some urinary problems. So we lived with that for years and years. Did I say 2006? Yeah, 2006. So it's gonna be long, even if I'm trying to make it short. We moved, and the cat was always peeing everywhere. I was trying to keep up and cleaning that, and veterinary bills, etc. But almost 2 years ago we moved here, and if I don't know if you noticed, but my house is just made just in wood, and I feel it's a beautiful house. And plus the 5 kids with the 2 babies crawling everywhere. I was so exhausted because she was incontinent. Yeah, she was just like leaving drops of pee everywhere she was going. So I was spending my days going after the cat and cleaning everything. And we went to the vet, and she had an infection, but we healed that infection. But she still had these problems, and she had some problems with her livers, and she was 15 or 16 years old. So when we moved here, my husband didn't want to bring her with us, and I was understanding it, because we didn't want to like have this house, have the wood just full of pee all the time. Well, I was doing my best to clean, but I mean, no matter what I did, it was really not something maintainable. But she was fine. She was fine except for that. So I decided that, I mean, for us, an animal is till the end. And she was not at the end. She just had this problem that is a small problem, but a big problem at the same time. So she, this is such a long story, just to say one little thing. So when we moved here, I decided we would bring her along, but she would live in the garage here. There is a hole the past owners used like 10 years ago for chickens. The rest of their coop is gone, but the hole was still there, so we just had to open it. We had like a nice couch, a nice place for her in here with her food and the hole. She would go outside, and she was living her best life. If you're looking for videos last year, we were exploring the woods, and the cat would come with us, and she would never come inside, but as soon as we were outside, she was with us. She would hunt, she would lay in the grass, and she was, I've never seen her that happy. That's just to say that I do not regret that, except that having this hole in the wall, and having food inside of here, and litter in the litter box. We had some other cats coming in here. We had a cat giving birth here. Unfortunately, she lost all her kittens. Yeah, so last Christmas on December 23rd, she was really not doing well, so I went to the vet, and she just like said, yeah, that's the end. There was nothing we could do, but I mean, I was ready for it. She was almost 17 years old, and I mean, it was years that I was thinking that it was going to happen. So it was a loss, but it was not a huge pain. But my baby girl, she's almost 3. She was used to come outside and see the cat and pet the cat, and if she was not outside, we would come in the garage. She would see the cat and pet the cat. And I swear, like a month ago, so it's been like 3 months that she was gone. We came in here to clean up because with all the cats we closed the hole, but I mean it was nasty, so we just came in here and cleaned everything, and she was looking for the cat. And when I told her, well, she's dead, she was so desperate, poor little girl. So we're in the garage. That made me think about that life story. The coop. We're gonna look at it from this side. I've shown it multiple times. We have this this window. See the poles outside here? This is the future coop. My plan was to actually build this coop fast before we have the chickens, but turns out that it was getting really stressful. You saw the snow outside. We have almost 4 feet of snow right now, and we're April 6th, and we're getting the chickens on May 10th. So that leaves us with a little bit over a month to build the coop, which in theory would not be that bad, but we do need to access the ground to be able to dig, put these holes in the ground, because I want it to be sturdy. So I was having nightmare over this. We have so many like birthdays and stuff going on. We don't have much weekends off till then on top of it. So my plan in the medium term was to actually build the coop and eventually build a small mobile coop to bring have them around in the yard, in the field, a small field. But I thought I would do that later. But now I'm thinking, why would I do this way? Because this is stressing me out. I'm going to have only 6 chickens, so I don't need right now the huge coop, right? And I want to have these chickens in the field during summertime and fall and spring. So I decided that we're gonna build the small mobile coop right now instead of someday. So that way we're gonna have the time during spring, summer and fall to build the big coop the way I want it, and not like just do it as fast as we can. I want it to be done well. So we will get in here sometime next week. I think we have some really good temperatures waiting for us, I think, in the future. Well, not I think, the forecast is looking pretty good for next week. So we're gonna build our small coop here, and I can't wait because I just think about that all the time. Am I the only one being obsessed with these kinds of things? I find myself just thinking about my garden and my chickens, and I swear I go somewhere, I talk to someone, and it's almost as if they don't talk to me about my chickens, I'm like, oh, how boring is this? That's not true. People are not boring, but I would just talk about that all the time. But people don't care as much as I do about my future chickens and my future garden. So the weather just pulled a trick on me. It was looking fine when I came out, but now I guess this is my garden tour. You can't see my garden. That's it. Thanks for hanging out with me, and see you next time. Bye.